All right, you guys ready?
Ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, what's up, YouTube? This is MegacapitalG here with Team X.
Just call me
Slim from Team Slimmetry, Vexicus4667, and then Corey Roca, the YCS champion from YCS Atlanta. Corey is here because he wants to give his side of the story. It's been talked about on Zodiac. It's been talked about on Reddit. It's been talked about on YouTube. And, I feel like we need to have all sides of the story because I always feel like there's three sides of every story, A, B, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. So is there anything that you guys want to say before we basically let Corey jump into it? Slim?
Yeah, same. I mean, we were rooting for him just like you were. Like when we saw he was like one of the only Paleozoics in top, it was like win. Beat out the zoo players, and he did it. So
okay, and just to be clear, I don't have anything against Corey. I didn't honestly know anything about him until about yesterday, so I go into this with no preconceived notions about his character or anything like that. I'm gonna try and be as fair and as unbiased as possible. Corey, would you like to start at the beginning?
Sure. Approximately, I'd say about 1.5 to 2 years ago, online, there was a lot of ruckus about me sending dick pics. Now, I did send dick pics. I'm a guy. These girls were of age, and I'll tell you exactly who I sent them to. I sent them to Robin Riggs. I sent them.
Actually, Corey, probably not use their names because I don't know if they want to be dragged into this.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then, can we edit that out?
We'll just run it. I mean, we can edit it, but just you don't have to disclose the specifics.
Okay, deal.
Yeah.
No,
Go ahead and continue.
Not going to do that. All right. So I sent them to a total of 4 people. They were all of age. 2 of which, one of them which I dated, and the other one which I slept with. So I guess 50% isn't that bad being a guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So basically, they started posting them online and everything. And I know there was a lot of speculation saying that I was engaged at the time. I was not engaged, actually. My fiance at the time had relapsed on heroin, and people that actually know me in person, I do not drink nor do I use any drugs of any sort because I'm extremely against it. So I actually left her, and I guess, so to speak, fill the void, right? Rebound. So that's where I was in life. So I dated her for almost 4 years, and we were engaged, and that pretty much just, all went to shit. So, yeah. So they were putting them online and everything, and I literally could not care. I mean, it just really didn't bother me at all. Then about 3 to 4 different people started calling my house from the hours of 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. They started constantly calling my grandmother's house. My grandmom at the time was not well, and she needed her sleep. I mean, she's 70 years old. I lived with her at the time to help her through all her problems and everything, so that way she wouldn't have to live alone because my grandpa had passed away. Basically, I said legitimately one comment that I'm forever going to regret because the internet just went completely wild. I basically said what I said because I was so angry that we were up at 2 a.m. My grandma was in tears sitting on the bed, and she said, "Why won't they stop calling my house?" I mean, how would you feel if your grandma was going that and she was in tears in front of you? Would you not say something to make them stop? I mean, nobody wants to see their grandma cry.
True. So one thing. So it sounds like your number was leaked. Is basically what we're hearing. Is that
correct.
some of your personal information seems like it got leaked by, obviously someone or some people in this game that know you and wanted to I guess, get back at you or something like that.
Correct.
Was this leaked through Zodiac, Corey, or no?
My number, was it leaked through? Yes, it was leaked through Zodiac. I don't know if Cordero actually remembers. He actually was the one who told me, Corey, you should go look at Zodiac because they posted your number. They posted your number on there, and it wasn't my cell phone. If it was my cell phone, I can handle the heat. I'll just put it on vibrate. But the number that actually went up was my grandmom's house number.
How did they get that? Yeah.
Do you have any idea how they got that information?
Well, people probably know I'm in Delaware, and she's in the phone book.
Fair enough. Those still exist, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I said, she's old. She's still using phone book. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say his last name, I guess, could be her last name, so there could be.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you ever use that number? Did you ever contact any of these girls or any other players through that number? Because I feel that could have been how it was done if it wasn't looked up.
I mean, I think maybe one of the girls. I'm pretty sure I know the girl that probably leaked it. She was not happy because I was not interested in her. I was just looking for a fling, and I mean, maybe she got, upset about that.
Okay, you said that you regretted sending the message, right?
Absolutely, because I'm never going to do it. I'm Italian, so I have a huge mouth on me. Not by ever saying that's an excuse for what I said, but in no way was it ever true. And believe it or not, I was investigated. The FBI actually came to my house.
Yeah, could you actually go ahead and explain that whole situation for people who don't know?
Sure. I was investigated by the FBI. They actually came to my house, knocked on my grandmom's door, and I think it was literally a week after some idiot brought guns to a Pokemon World Championship or something like that. Yeah, and they were all in their trunk, and then they came to my house and they were like, we're just trying to make sure you're not, crazy like that. And they gave me a full personality analysis, and we ended up talking for like 2 hours because they concluded I was a really nice guy, and I guess they just wanted to see what I was like. They not only do I not own a gun, but I have never even fired a gun ever in my life. Because I actually, in school, I raised money. I live in Wilmington. For those who do not understand, we have one of the largest gun violence rates per capita in where I live. And when I was in school, I was raising money to bring more police enforcement into my city for gun violence because one of my friends was actually shot and killed.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's life, you just got to move on.
Okay, so you are very remorseful about sending that message, and you were never actually going to do anything like what the message actually referred to.
Absolutely not. And honestly, if I wasn't doing so well in the community as far as like actually playing, like, I mean, it's absolutely terrible. Like, as far as my PPG sponsorship, George, I mean, he did not want to handle the lashback of the community. And I mean, that's fine and everything, but me personally, I would stick by my teammates when they're going through something like that. But they basically said that I was cheating, and the head judge of the ARG that I participated in said he talked to to all the judges in that vicinity and said Corey was not only not cheating at all, but the only time he did anything that was even remotely shady was round 1 versus Patrick Hoban. I actually didn't know what my card did. I threw it in my extra deck, and everybody told me what it did, so I just assumed it did what it did. And they immediately fixed it that round 1 on stream.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible that people thought I was a cheater, and by any stretch of imagination, 2 years pass and people are still holding a single Facebook comment over my head. I mean, how many of you? Everyone's said stuff on the internet they wish they could take back, but one comment, I think that's a little rough.
I understand, but how long have you been playing the game, Corey?
I have played the game since its inception.
Okay, so
2002. Yep.
Yeah, we're in the same boat. I started when I believe Magic Ruler was released. That's like the third set.
Me too. Hey, calm down.
This is not a measuring contest.
Kaiba, Yugi starters. We know.
The point is, I started playing the game in Baltimore, another city known for gun violence. And I have never heard of anything like that. So you can understand, even a couple of years later, why people would be shocked, because not knowing you personally, when you see a comment like that, you might think, is this guy, does he have a screw loose in the head? If he loses a match, what's he going to do? How's he going to react? Like, you can understand the shock from the community, right?
Correct. Anybody that has ever met me in person knows that I'm always smiling and always cracking jokes. And I'm never serious about anything. I'm just always trying to have fun. I'm a duelist, man. I love to play. I really do.
Okay. Slim, Vexicus, is there anything you guys want to insert? Because I've got about 7 questions specifically that I want to ask to Corey. Is there anything you guys want to interject?
Okay.
Go ahead, Slim.
Well, it's pretty obvious, you're remorseful and everything. And do you feel like at the time that you wrote that message, like, what was going through your head, basically? Because, we all, of course, have all made mistakes. We've all said stuff we wish we could take back. But do you feel there was a certain reason why you used the terminology you used and you used the words you used, knowing that once you like clicked entered or whatever, that once it was on there, all it took is a couple seconds for someone to screenshot it. And that's basically what it came down to. Once it was screenshotted, even if it was deleted and someone screenshotted it, it was there. Did you ever think that, I guess I just want to know, what were you thinking at the time? Because we all get frustrated. We all say things, especially when we're frustrated. And, what was your reason that you used those exact words, I guess? Because I feel that that's unfortunately what got you into the bind, is using those particular words.
Correct. Honestly, I just wanted to see my grandmom stop crying. I was like, I'm going to do everything I can to make this stop. And the people I picked up the phone for, and there was just people laughing on the other line. Like, this was just some big joke, but there's literally a person crying. What I did was, in basically just a desperate attempt to make things stop. And honestly, the only thing that people listen to is not the fact that they're hurting somebody. I mean, Zodiac Duels is one of the most ruthless internet groups I have ever seen in my life. It's disgusting. So I thought that, yeah. And honestly, I felt like the only thing they would listen to is fear. So I wrote that, and then I immediately flicked off my computer about 15 minutes after I saw all these people start freaking out. And I was like, oh, geez. So
at that point, you realized maybe you had gone a little too far.
I mean, judging by their over 100 comments, and I say one comment, so
that's
basically I was being bullied for over, I'd say, 2 hours, and I say one comment. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I knew how, imagine if I could go back in time and screenshot all the things that other people were saying.
Oh, I don't dispute that people probably said some really mean things, and they definitely went over the line. I'll give you that.
But yes, what I said was in no way, shape, or form should have ever been said. And yes, 100%. I guess I'm used to talking in real time. I do not use the internet whatsoever. Everybody that knows me knows I am computer illiterate, man. I was trying to download Skype right here on my computer just so I can have this conversation. I couldn't figure it out, so I'm actually using my iPhone. Thank God there was an app for that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Vexy, are you good?
All right. You got the floor.
Okay. Question number 1: were you ever suspended from the ARG Circuit series? If so, explain.
I was suspended for exactly 2 series, one of them including the 25K. I'm actually pretty good. I'd say I'm on very good terms actually with the person that owns it, and we talk all the time. I was actually employed by ARG. Right, actually not too long before, like maybe like 2 months. So Jim knows me, fairly well, and yeah, he was like, Corey, I know you, and I know what you said. You were just shooting off at the mouth like you normally do, but I have to do something to keep the peace. So
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, so he suspended me for the 2 circuits, and then I was allowed to play again.
Okay. Why are you no longer on Pro Play Games?
I am not on Pro Play Games because of the backlash of the community. There was thoughts of me. There was people saying that I was cheating. There was no evidence of me cheating. I played. I guess. I mean, you can look me up on YouTube. I have had over 20 feature matches at least. I shuffle my opponent's deck against the table. I never pick it up off the table. I'm always very sportsmanlike. I always try and keep it super light and fun because that's what this game's supposed to be. And I just like to be competitive in this scene. In no way, shape, or form have I ever impersonally cheated.
Okay. I guess a quick add-on to that. Are you aware of the fact that most of the videos on Pro Play Games' YouTube channel, that includes you, the comments have been blocked? Are you aware of that? If so,
yes,
do you know?
Because of the people on Zodiac Duelist. They kept commenting the same shit they've been commenting for the past 2 years.
Okay. All right. Number 3. Do you consider yourself a clean player? If so, how do you respond to accusations that you cheated? Doing things like, I've heard accusations of using Dark Lord effects twice and cheating on ARG streams. It sounds like you touched on that a little bit. If you could just go ahead.
Yeah. In no way have I ever cheated. Like I said, I've been in the community's eye forever. There has been, through the course of Yugioh, you are under a lot, especially being on live stream, you are under the stress of the public. On top of being under the stress of the public, you are fatigued from an entire day of mental strain. You are going to make mistakes. I've seen people on stream play Soul Charge and attack. I've seen people activate Angeli more than once. I have seen people have 2 battle phases. Like, through the course of this game, there are some things that you just forget. Like, if you activate a Dark Lord's effect, right, and you page through your grave, and then you evaluate all the other options, and then you make another 14 plays. I don't know if people know how explosive the Dark Lord deck is, but you go through another 14 plays, and then sometimes you lose track. I mean, for people to think, oh my god, he was just cheating the whole day. Do you think all my opponents were so stupid? Do you think I was stupid enough to sit there and cheat the entire day? I mean, not only is that ignorant to me, but it's ignorant to every opponent I have ever played, that entire event.
Okay. I mean, that's reasonable. Like, as I've progressed over the years, like, I've become more tolerant of just like illegal plays because I just understand, especially in the span of like a YCS, like, it's just going to happen because of fatigue, especially when you get past like round 7 and there's breaks in between and, rounds go over like 50, 60 minutes. Like, it's understandable to me, but there are going to be some people in the community that see one illegal play and just like, that guy's a cheater. Number 4.
Jump to conclusions. Correct.
Yeah. I understand.
And even in the finals of the YCS. Now, I don't know if anybody has played Paleozoic, but I never want to play that deck again. That is the most mentally taxing thing to play for 16 rounds ever. Chase negated my Karma Cut, and I threw my Swap Frog in the graveyard. Thank God judges were watching, because if that was in Swiss and I was that debilitated, that probably just would have, flew. So, like, people make mistakes. Do you think even in that one instant, do you think I was purposely trying to lose my finals of the YCS? Like,
All
things
right.
like that slip through the cracks sometimes, for and against you, you know?
Okay. Question 4. If Konami decided to suspend you right now because of all your recent attention, do you think that it would be justified, and would you blame me? If so, why?
I would not blame anyone. I'm a grown man, and I'm responsible for every action I took, including writing that message. If Konami felt that it would be in the best interest of the community to ban me, I would say that I think that is very foolish, considering I've been playing the game for as long as I have, and the only time I got negative attention was through this one thing, but I would gladly respect their wishes. That being said, I hope to God I don't get banned, because like I said, I'm at every event. So that means since this took place almost 2 years ago, I've been to almost every event. Has
Okay.
a single bad thing ever happened? No. Not with me. Yes. I'm pretty sure that they're the people that sent the investigation. Correct. Correct.
So you're saying you've been investigated by Konami over this incident?
I never got a direct thing from Konami, but the FBI that actually talked to me, they said, we're going to, if anything comes of this, you can give them my number, and they can talk to us saying, basically, we gave you a personality profile. In no way is anything going to come of this. And I think as of now, 2 years later, we 100% know nothing came of this. It's quite obvious.
Okay.
It
I
was
got
a
2 more.
stupid comment.
All right. I got 2 more questions. If they were listening right now, what would you tell the people who you originally made the gun threat comments to?
I'm very sorry you were so offended, and honestly, I should have just walked away. Clearly you wanted attention, and I gave it to you, and that was my mistake. I'm very sorry that you took what I said to heart, and by no means was I ever trying to cause you any mental harm at all.
Okay. Last question. Is there anything that you'd want the Yu-Gi-Oh community to know about yourself if they didn't know you personally like me and this was their first time hearing about you?
I've had 2 dreams in my lifetime, and I achieved one of them on Sunday.
Winning a
So
YCS?
this was a long time coming for me. The feeling that I felt was undescribable. The other thing that people probably didn't know about me is I wanted to play in the NBA, and I fell a little short because I ended up getting injured right before college. And I was very good. So
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
I'm satisfied. You guys got any more questions or comments?
You're always making me go first.
Well, I mean, you don't need to force it. Mexicans.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we've covered this. Well, I guess the other thing people want to know, because my phone's been blown up about it, but we actually spoke about it earlier today. You did not release your winning deck list, and that was your personal choice. So the people at YouTube, the community, need to know that you have stuck with that decision, and your list is going to stay with you. Basically.
If you want me to be completely honest, I have promised Kyle Jones.
Oh, even better.
Yes. The complete rights to my deck list.
Sweet.
Yes, honestly, Calvin, Ryan, Noah, everybody on that team has been so supportive of me. It was, they've just been absolutely amazing. They are truly loyal to one another, and that is actually just truly rare in today's community. I really do. Nishad,
definitely true.
Yeah, they're great people. I'm saying, as of right now, I am looking for a nice team. A team that's going to stick together and not run as soon as trouble hits.
Fair enough. But you don't perceive there to be any more trouble in the future, right?
There's never going to be anything like this again, man. I'm just, even on my phone and everything, I've actually, just because of this, a year ago, I have actually got rid of my Zodiac completely. I have left the group, and they have, I don't know if they want trouble, but they have tried to invite me back probably about, I'd say this is very generous, 50 times at least, trying to get me back into the group. So there will never be a discrepancy like this ever again in the future.
Okay. I mean, I think that I honestly think what people were really looking for, at least what I was looking for, is that number one, you were never actually going to consider any type of gun violence. Number two, you are apologetic, and with regards to this entire situation, and that number three, you seem to be a very clean player, because there seems to be a lot of reasons that Zodiac doesn't like you. You know what I mean? And I don't know any of those preconceived notions, but from what I can tell, it seemed like a very bad situation that quickly escalated, and then just kind of went out of control.
It's true. Yeah, seriously, 0 to 100. Yeah. But I must say, nobody in this entire community has ever had an issue with me before this point. But ever since that horrible mistake that I made transpired, people have looked for reasons to attack me. So, like I said, no proof of cheating, being called a cheater, I mean, that's pretty serious. So, I'm pretty sure that, especially after seeing this video and actually getting all of the facts, obviously I didn't hide anything. I was going to tell you the exact names of the people who I sent my penis to. So,
no, we don't need names. I don't know if they want to be identified. I think those ladies are entitled to their privacy.
Right. No, we were never hiding the truth.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think this was very productive. Thank you, Corey Roca, for doing this interview. I mean, I really hope that it has cleared some things up. I hope in the eyes of the Yugioh community that you've kind of cleared your name, because no one wants to win a YCS and then immediately kind of get shit on by the community, because I don't know if you looked at... Man. Yeah, I don't know if you've looked at Reddit or Zodiac or even YouTube, but even when I made my video, I tried to say, I'm not adding anything new to this story. All of this is... Did we lose him? Corey?
Uh-oh. Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. I'm basically closing out. But what I was going to say is, I know it's very hard for him to reach the pinnacle of his career and then immediately get hit with just like a storm of negativity. You know what I mean? So, thank you, Corey Roca. Thank you, Cordero. Thank you, Slim. And I think we're pretty much good. I think we're signing out.
I think we're good. All right. Sounds good.
Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can.